Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Wednesday, the 10th of April. The Prime Minister says widespread job losses in media are tough, but Chris Luxon hasn't a plan for easing the pressure for struggling news outlets. Warner Brothers Discovery Today confirmed news hubs closing, and TVNZ says its Sunday show is joining Fair Go and its midday and late night news bulletins in closing. Luxon says this is sad news, but there's no silver bullet for wider issues faced by media.
We'll continue to look at ways to support media companies themselves to innovate and to make sure that they evolve and modernise.
Opposition leader Chris Hipkins says New Zealand On Air could have been used as a stopgap measure while work's done on support.
To ensure some of the media sources that we're seeing disappearing can continue in the meantime, whilst a more fundamental look at how we make sure that news is independently viable in the longer term takes place.
Cabinet's yet to consider a bill aimed at helping media companies adapt. DOC is proposing cutting about 130 roles. Organisation Support Deputy Director General Mike Tully says like all government agencies, they've been asked to make savings. Azaria Howell has the story.
It's looking to cut 6.5% off its books. The union representing public servants, the PSA, says 270 roles would be disestablished, 101 already vacant, and 140 new roles created. Our newsroom's analysis shows potentially more than 1,000 public servants will lose jobs in the government's cuts across the board.
The Reserve Bank has opted to keep the official cash rate unchanged at 5.5%. The OCR hasn't changed since last May. Auckland Police are still hunting a man in relation to the kidnapping and assault of a woman on the North Shore. Jacob Jones reports.
Several arrest warrants have been issued for 25-year-old Ralph Park after the attack in Beach Haven just over a week ago. Investigating officers discovered a clandestine laboratory at a Clevedon address today and arrested a 35-year-old man. Other emergency services were deployed as a precaution.
And the man will appear in the Manukau District Court tomorrow. An Auckland woman has been charged in relation to the death of a man at Lucas Heights on the North Shore. A 22-year-old woman's due in court, the District Court next week, charged with careless driving causing death and failing to stop. School students are asking the government to leave lunches alone. Health Coalition Aotearoa has presented a 25,000-strong petition at Parliament today, saying free school lunches should continue. Labour has a similar petition, topping 46,000 signatures. Associate Education Minister David Seymour says there's a lack of hard evidence the program improves learning. A student says it feels like the government doesn't care about kids.
David Seymour, I know that you're in government, but it doesn't mean you have to take free lunches away from these innocent kids. They deserve lunches in schools and it has to be free.
In sport, a significant boost for the Crusaders, with 10-test All Blacks flanker Ethan Blackadder named to start on his return from injury in Friday's Super Rugby clash against the Waratahs in Sydney. Fijian Drua halfback Frank Lamani has copped a 6-week Super Rugby ban for his elbow to the back of Melbourne Rebels lock Josh Canham's head. Former Kiwi pro Grant Waite has been let go as swing coach for World Golf No. 6 Victor Hovland on the eve of the Masters at Augusta. I'm Raylene Ramsey. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.